This was a budget of broken promises. During the election, the party opposite promised voters that they would not raise taxes on working people 50 times. The Prime Minister promised it, the Chancellor promised it, the entire front bench promised it. Indeed, it was there in black and white in their manifesto for all to see, but despite all of their promises, they have raised taxes by £40 billion to an all-time high. And this has gone on the backs of working people, on the backs of those who own a business, on the backs of those who take risks, invest in the UK and create jobs, on the backs of those who've worked hard and have saved to own property or shares, on the backs of those who work in agriculture and on the backs of those who send their children to independent schools. Yeah. The party opposite do not think that these people are working people, but they are, and they will not forget it. But none of this should come as a surprise, of course. We know from the farcical verbal knots that they've tied themselves in over the past few weeks that the Labour front bench can't even define what a working person is. The British people have been betrayed, and everyone can see what the Labour government has done. It is very clear that they had planned all along to jack up our taxes but wouldn't come clean. They made all sorts of promises during the election. They were going to steady the ship, they were going to achieve the highest sustained growth in the G7, and they said that all of their policies were, and I quote, fully costed and fully funded. But as soon as they got into power, they invented the so-called black hole, which no one believes, and even the OBR has refused to legitimise. And they've wasted no time in fiddling the rules so they could borrow billions more for their lavish spending, subjecting the British people to misery through record tax rises. But the British people will not forget what's being done to them. These high-tax, high-spend policies will not protect working people. The prioritisation of trade union donors over small businesses and pensioners will not protect working people. The deliberate punishment of risk takers and job creators will not protect working people.